freak is going on, everybody? It's Jdyo and I'm back with another video, and today we're talking a little bit more about freaking Logic. So just a little bit ago I actually did a video about Logic, why I like him so much, why he's my favorite artist of all time, and things like that. It was a pretty awesome video, so go check it out. I'm leaving a card to it right now. Go check it out. And I'm going to elaborate now. Back then, that was before the album released, his last album, the album that he's retiring on, which makes me sad. I have mixed emotions about it. I understand why he's doing it, but it makes me sad. Nevertheless, that's not what this video is about. Today we're talking about No Pressure, the album, and we are reviewing it. And holy cow bells, it's amazing. It's a really good album. It's freaking amazing. Before we dive too deep into this, though, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post 3 videos a week incredibly consistently. I also stream 3 times a week now. During quarantine, I had COVID just a couple weeks ago, and during quarantine, I decided to start streaming a ton, and I had so much fun with it that I decided to start streaming regularly. That's right. So I'm streaming 3 times a week as well. We're streaming on Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. On Tuesday, we'll be streaming at 5:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And on Saturdays and Sundays, we'll be streaming at 11:30 a.m. on at Mountain Daylight Time. Yeah. So, anyways, with that being said, let's just hop right into the video. But, you know, make sure you're subscribed. Seriously, do it. I want to talk about the album. My thoughts, my honest opinions, things like that. I'm the biggest Logic fan you will ever meet. I swear on my life. I promise you. Look at this. Look at his album covers on my wall. I've got his album covers on my wall. I've got his merch. Everything related to him. I've got his merch, his album covers, so many different things. Yeah, I'm the biggest fan. And I'm giving you guys my absolute honest opinions on this album. For those of you that don't go and watch the other video, which you should because it's a banger video, this album that he's released is called No Pressure, and it's his very last album. He's retiring because he's got a baby boy, and he actually signed a deal with Twitch to stream, so he's going to be streaming as well, which is pretty cool. But this album means a lot because it's his last album. He's gotten a lot of hate over the last probably 4 years because his projects have not been super good. I disagree with that, but that's why people give him so much hate, is because his projects have sucked, and I don't think they have, but I digress. Anyways, that's why he's received a ton of hate on the internet. So he took a huge break from the internet, and he made a whole album about how it was hurting him, he struggled with it, and all this stuff. He worked so hard, and people just crapped on it, and holy cow, it was an amazing album. And even better, people seem to really like it. The same people who have hated on him for the last couple of years actually seem to really enjoy the album, which means even more to me personally. I think that's way cool. So we're going to review a couple of things. We're going to review the album. So the album cover itself is actually freaking amazing, and I absolutely love it. So the album cover itself is really cool, but yeah, I'll throw a picture of that up on the screen. But let's go through it. So what Logic has done a lot of the times is concept albums, where you've got scenes, you've got literal, like, acted out scenes from voice actors to develop a story and things like that. That wasn't this album. Not at all. Which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just, it's a normal album, and he talks a lot about, you know, his struggles with all of the crap and he was getting on the internet, all of the hate and all that stuff. So, you know, we've got a bunch of tracks here. We've got No Pressure, Hit My Line, GP4 Celebration, Open Mic / Aquarius 3, Soul Food 2, Perfect, Man I Is, Dad Bod, 5 Hooks, Dark Place, A to Z, Heard Him Say, Amen, and Obediently Yours. And he actually did a live stream where he listened to all of these songs as they came out and did his commentary on each one of the songs, which was awesome. I'm not going to go through every single song. That would take quite a long time, but I've listened through this album. It has been out for almost exactly 12 hours. Almost exactly 12 hours. In 4 minutes, it'll be 12 hours since it released. And I've listened to the album 3 times through already, and it's just amazing. I mean, it's just amazing. But the title song, No Pressure, is absolutely fantastic, introducing the album, what it's going to be about, things like that. Soul Food 2. Soul Food was on Under Pressure, and No Pressure is a sequel to Under Pressure. Under Pressure is one of his most beloved albums, and Soul Food was one of the hottest tracks on it. One of the hottest tracks on it, and it was pretty awesome. Now, Soul Food 2 was absolutely amazing because he talked a lot about, like I said, he likes to make concept albums. And his most famous album probably, or his most loved album, is The Incredible True Story, which is a concept album about 2 guys who travel into space to find an alternative planet to Earth to live on, because everyone destroyed Earth. And they're on this big space station, and it's awesome. It's a great concept album. I highly recommend it if you've not already listened to it. It's one of the best albums probably ever. Now, with that being said, Soul Food 2 in No Pressure talks a little bit about that. In the second verse, he talks a little bit about the Babel station and those 2 guys that were on the adventure in The Incredible True Story to find a new space station. He talks a little bit about that, and that was awesome. That was really awesome to tie up a little bit of loose ends on that. I personally loved that. I absolutely loved it. Now, there's so many amazing songs in this album. I just recommend you go listen to it with an open mind and just go listen to it and love it. Because if you aren't a fan of Logic, you probably will like this album. Because most of these people who aren't a fan of Logic didn't like either of the Bobby Tarantinos, they didn't like Everybody, and they didn't like Young Sinatra 4 or Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. So he also has 4 mixtapes and 3 other albums that most people really enjoyed. So if you enjoyed those, you're going to enjoy No Pressure. Don't think of this as going to be another Confessions of a Dangerous Mind album or another Bobby Tarantino album. None of that. Go into it with an open heart and you're probably going to like it a lot. Now, what I wanted to do in this video was read other people's reviews because I've been really excited about that. We've had some really, really good reviews. Let's go to probably the _1 page that I look at reviews on, for rap at least. It's rapdebates_ on Instagram. I don't look at his Twitter very much, but it's rapdebates_ on Instagram. He posted 2 pictures about like the album cover, and he was like doing the crying emoji, and he was like, this is the best album, the best comeback album I've ever seen. He deleted those since then and posted this instead. Logic really made one of the greatest comeback albums in hip-hop. He shows Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, which is hands down Logic's most hated on album. I can't figure out why. I love it, but it's probably his most hated on album ever. So anyways, and then it shows next to it No Pressure, and then he says thoughts on the No Pressure a couple hours later, ? Favorite songs ? Rating out of 10 so far. Of course I commented and said easily 45 out of 10, but everyone says really good note to end off of. 8s or higher, things like that. Just amazing. As a Logic fan, I'm happy AF, but I think we all are. And yes, this comeback was amazing. From a 1 out of 10 album to a 9 out of 10 album. Amazing. I don't think Confessions of a Dangerous Mind was a 1 out of 10. I don't think it was his greatest work, but it was not a 1 out of 10. And everybody hated that album. And I mean, hated Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. And so for him to go from that to this is pretty awesome. And just reading through the comments, it's debatably his second best album. Obviously, The Incredible True Story will always be his best album ever, and I think that's pretty widely known. The Incredible True Story is absolutely amazing, so people putting it at his second best album is pretty awesome. Considering the dude has 9 albums and 4 mixtapes, that's pretty incredible. So let's go and see some other reviews. That's from Rap Debate, saying it's his best comeback album. Somebody who is probably hated on Logic more than I've seen anybody hate on him. For him to say that is pretty amazing. Let's look up No Pressure reviews. Variety, Logic's No Pressure album review by A.D. Amorossi. Some people retire with a solid IRA, some with no detailed pension plans. Occasionally, those who retire go into small side jobs or find relaxing hobbies. Robert Bryson Hall II, better known as Logic, rapper, songwriter, and author who made it his open-hearted brand of hip-hop into socially relevant hit Fair with Suicide Prevention 1-800, announced his retirement last week. At the same time, he announced this album's release date. If Logic is truly done, No Pressure is a solid, soulful finale, and if he's got more in him, it's an intriguing jumping off point. Time will tell. Now, that's an article you don't see very much. Considering the articles he was getting from his Confessions of a Dangerous Mind album, that's an article you don't see very often. So I'm stoked to see that. That's something you really don't see very often from articles about Logic. Logic's contribution to hip-hop is deep-rooted in inclusivity and compassion, and No Pressure continues the trend, as he bids farewell to the art form that raised him and gave him a platform to speak his truth. This is articles you don't see for Logic. It really isn't. When he released Supermarket, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, Young Sinatra 4, all that stuff, it's just so much hate. I mean, so much hate. And it was hard to see. And being him, I can understand how that would be hard to take as well. So seeing reviews like this really makes me happy, because seeing reviews like this means people are enjoying it. And that means he's going to go out with a bang. And possibly he'll be nominated for some awards, possibly he'll have his songs on the top 100 charts, things like that. And I just hope all good things to him. He deserves it. He really does. Go check out my other video about this if you haven't already. It's amazing. It's awesome. I talk a little bit about why he means so much to me, things like that. I wanted to give my little review on this. It's hard to give a review without actually playing the songs, and I can't play the songs because they're copyrighted. So, I mean, it's a little bit hard to do that. But nevertheless, absolutely amazing. If you're just going to listen to a couple songs off it, listen to Soul Food 2 and Hit My Line. Those are my favorite ones. And also No Pressure, the actual song. So it's just amazing. I mean, it's really an amazing album. I was incredibly impressed with it, and for me, it's top 3. It's top 3 albums for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this isn't really the usual videos I do. I do gaming videos and streams and things like that, but I just really wanted to dive deep into some personal things that I love and let you guys know about that. So thank you guys so much. Go listen to Logic. Go listen to Logic. Listen to Under Pressure, The Incredible True Story, and No Pressure. I mean, just go listen to those albums, and I really think if you are even a little bit of a fan of rap, you'll like them. You'll like them a lot. I really enjoyed it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Be looking forward to 3 streams a week and 3 videos a week. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.